Can you see that? Like, no. And, oh, shoot. I'll section my hair. Okay. Let me move my makeup. Let's get ready for a tailgate. So I don't think I've ever said this, but I go to Syracuse University. I'm a senior. It's spring semester, so I'm literally graduating in like 3 months, which is so crazy. It went by so fast. But today I'm gonna get ready for a tailgate. It's technically just like a dirty, but it's Syracuse themed because Syracuse basketball has a game today. So let's get ready. First, I'm gonna do my hair, and I'm gonna use the Olaplex number 7 as my heat protectant. It smells so good too, and I just like using products. I did not get a Dyson like everyone else, so I'm still with the Rev. I like don't have that much hair, so this takes me like no time, like probably 7 minutes. This roller is from Drybar, but I got it from Nordstrom Rack. I really like the size of it. I'll probably leave this in the entire time I'm getting ready, and then right before I'm about to leave, I'll take it out. I already wet my beauty blender. This is just a Real Techniques one. I actually like it way better than the regular beauty blender. Never had it before. I just got that one recently. So much better. So first I'm going to use the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Primer. All right, no wonder they use the hand. So Becca, like none of this left, but I'm trying to use every single bit. I really like it. I like the way it makes my makeup look, and it also makes it feel really smooth on my skin. After I do my primer, I'm gonna do this today. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. Sometimes I do like a mix of foundations. If I don't use this, I use the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop and the Dior Backstage together. I love this combination, but since it's during the day, I'm not going to do foundation right now because I don't want to. So I'm going to use this instead. I still apply it like as if it's foundation, but it's just kind of like a skin balancer. Like it makes your skin all like even toned, and it gives it like some glow. So I love that. Since I've never made a video about going to Syracuse, I'm gonna just talk about like some things that I wish I knew, or like kind of my experiences throughout my 4 years of college, because I feel like when I was going to college, I was like Miss YouTube. I was obsessed, and I would watch like every single college video because I wanted to know what it was like before I got there. I'm a fashion design major, which is in the VPA school. Specifically it's the School of Design. So all of my classes are downtown Syracuse, so you can't walk to them. Like it's not on campus, it's completely off campus, it's its own school. And freshman year you're not allowed to have a car, so I would have to take the bus. The bus ride took like probably like, I don't really remember, like maybe 20 minutes because of all the stops it had to take. So obviously that like added almost an hour to your day because the bus like came at certain times, and then the ride itself. So freshman year I feel like was so hard for me to balance like being on campus and like being involved in this school, and then going to my classes, which were all off campus pretty much. I was like so exhausted and overwhelmed, and I honestly hated it. Freshman year was like so hard for me. It was one of the worst times of my life just because it was a lot of change at once, and I am not good with change. But then I made great friends. My best friends to this day are my freshman year roommate. We don't live together anymore, but we hang out like as if we do. This is the Tarte Shape Tape, and it's huge. I don't know why it's huge. My mom got me it from Macy's, so it's amazing though. So my freshman year roommate is still one of my best friends, and so are the people that I met my freshman year. They lived in my dorm, but they also were going to the warehouse every day, so I had people that I could like commute with and be with for the long nights and like the difficult classes. They're just like so specific, like no one else besides the people in the design school are doing this type of work, and it's all like hands-on. So you don't go to the library and hang out with other kids, like you don't study, you do like work. And so that was kind of hard to like figure out, but then I met my friends, and then it was easy to kind of like have people to do work with and like not feel as overwhelmed. So second semester freshman year, you can rush a sorority. So I did. We only have spring recruitment at Syracuse. So I did sorority recruitment my spring semester freshman year. All my friends besides my roommate did. And I joined a sorority. I'm still in it. The process was so weird for me. I honestly don't think I was like a super sorority girl, and I still don't see myself as like a super like rah-rah sorority girl, but I do like being in it. I've made some really great friends that support me all the time, and that's really the whole point, or why I even rushed in the beginning, but also why I joined. Every girl's different, but they're also like so relatable to me, and they support me in literally everything I do. Like they make me feel like I'm accomplishing so much because everything I do they love. Like they support me. I don't live with any of my sorority friends, but I'm in the group chat with them. Like they are my roommates. Like I love them. But yeah, so I joined a sorority, and that was also like a big change because now you have to like meet with all these other girls that you don't know, and like it's overwhelming. Like you feel like, oh my god, some people are already friends, like I don't have friends, but I ended up making friends. It's easier than you think. Like coming in freshman year, you think you're not going to be able to meet anyone, and like you're gonna have no friends, but everyone's looking for friends. Even when you're joining a sorority, people are still looking for friends. You become friends with older people too, so then you have like someone to kind of like ask questions for, and like your whole experience kind of changes a little bit because like now you're introduced to other things and other events, like philanthropy events and things like that, that like make you part of the school more, which I really wanted because the fashion program was always off campus. Like I wanted to be able to come on campus and feel like it was my school too. So I'm using Fenty Beauty contour in Mocha and doing my contour here. I'm gonna do some under my lip and on my eyes and also on my nose. Okay, I'm really a contour girl. I use this foundation brush to blend it out. It's the Heavenly Skin by It Cosmetics brush. But yeah, so once I joined a sorority, now I have like my first semester friends, which are still my best friends, and I still live with all of them now. I have my sorority friends, which are a different group of girls, but they still are like my best friends. And then I have kind of like my major friends. Like I don't hang out with them, but my major is so supportive in like doing whatever you want to do. Like it's obviously you go into the fashion program and you obviously like fashion and you have like an idea of what you want to do, kind of. Not everyone does obviously, but if you decide to go through the fashion program, it's so specific that like you pretty much know you want to be a designer. And so obviously you learn from the ground up. They teach you how to sew for the first year. So like if you don't know how to sew, it's fine. I knew how to sew, but like fake. Like it wasn't technically right at all. It was just like a straight stitch. But now like 4 years later, I'm building my senior collection, which is so crazy to me. Like I just am finishing my second look tomorrow. I have to finish it, but it's like so crazy how much I've learned and how much I've grown as a designer. Like my aesthetic has always been kind of like a little bit of streetwear, a little bit of athleisure, a little bit of ready to wear. Like I liked kind of that mix. I was pretty much always like feminine aesthetic, but nothing too girly where it was like only dresses and skirts. Like I love a pant, a jacket, layering, like things like that. So but like my aesthetics have grown so much because of this program, because it's so free. Like you're really able to figure out what you want to do, and like the professors will support you and they'll teach you how you can get there. After the 4 years are done, like you're set, like you're ready, and you can be a designer. So that's what I want to be. I do want to be a women's ready-to-wear designer. My dream brand would be like Alice and Olivia. I love, it's like cool girl. Like they have really different pieces, really cool fabrics. Silhouettes like are kind of challenged by which fabrics they use. I love that. So that would be like the dream brand for me, but I really just want to, after graduation, like get into it and just work somewhere and be a designer. So yeah, another question I feel like I had a lot revolved around like sororities and like how involved you have to be kind of. At Syracuse, I don't know like the technical numbers, but I feel like I know people who are in sororities and know people who aren't. Like you don't have to do everything with them and like that's it. Like you can have other friends, you can go to other things. Like you're not confined to doing what your sorority is doing, if that makes sense. Obviously like you want to be a part of it, so like if they're doing different events, like you want to go and like hang out with your sorority, especially when you first join. Like it's exciting. But as time goes on and you have your friends and your friend groups, you can kind of figure out what you guys want to do, which I like because I don't like feeling like I have to do something. Especially like going out. Like I didn't know, like I went to a super small high school, so going out was like completely different when I came to college, obviously, but there's just like so many more people. Obviously frats are a thing, but even like bars, like I just never been to anything like that before I came to college. But you don't have to feel pressure to go out at all. Like maybe when you first come you want to because you want to make friends and you see other people going out, but like don't overdo it. I'm like 22 and still in college, and sometimes I'm like so over the college scene because I like overdid it freshman year. So I mean, still live it up, but you don't have to like every single night go crazy because you have 4 years of that, and it goes by fast, but you get burnt out so fast too. Yeah, and then like going out wise, I mean, Syracuse definitely was better when I was a freshman, but I think once COVID happened, everything kind of changed because of like safety measures and things like that. Like it completely changed the environment, I feel like. And I feel like just a bunch of stuff happened at once where like maybe COVID wasn't necessarily the reason things happened, but like it's still fun to go out with your friends and like do something after you've been like working all week and like studying and stuff. I forgot to say I use the Rare Beauty blushes in Hope and in Peace, and then I use my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish powder in One Pale, even though I'm not very pale, but works for me. And then I'm gonna go with the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Bronzer in Bronze 3. I love this. I don't know anyone who uses this. It works really well for me. When I came to Syracuse, I didn't know anyone. Like no one from my high school has ever been here. And, or maybe like one person has, but they already graduated by the time I was a freshman. So I had no one to ask for help. Like I feel like Syracuse, everyone knows someone coming here. Like everyone, someone from their camp, someone from their high school, their mom's best friend's sister, like everyone knew someone besides me. And I was like, okay, now I'm scared. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, who am I gonna know? I figured it out. My roommate also didn't know anyone, which was kind of like nice because then we both were kind of in it together. Like, we figured it out. And she was like my only friend for like the first weekend. It was like It wasn't embarrassing at all, but it was just funny because some people had like already met like 30 girls and were all going out together, and I was like, okay, well, I don't, but it's fine. This is Tarte, Amazonian Clay, and Quirky. And so I feel like that's another thing, like, don't be worried about that. Like, even if people know each other coming here, that doesn't mean they're gonna be friends, and you have time to make friends too. Like, it's not all set in stone. If people do stay friends, like, cool, but then you made your friends too. So the course load at Syracuse for me is way different than other people because I'm in the design school. I had to take a lot of studio classes, which take a lot of time, and they're really rigorous with their homework. Like, it's twice a week, 2.5 hour long classes, and then homework is supposed to take, I think, half plus 1 hour, so 3 hours for homework a week. That's like, I think, what they want to do. It's manageable, but at first it seems like so crazy to have to do like all this stuff. Like, you have your main courses, then you have your elective classes that you have to take, and then you have your studio classes, which are always so much. Like, it's like painting, drawing, photography, like real art courses that you need to take in order to graduate, and you have to take a lot of credits of them. Like, I'm still in a studio class right now. I'm taking painting too, but I've taken mostly painting and drawing classes just because that's what I like the best. I've never taken photography. I've taken like a hand weaving class, like a sculpture class. I've taken a lot, and those things I wouldn't take if I didn't have to, but they kind of keep the creativity going. Like, you want to stay creative, and it's hard to do that when you're in a major where everyone's like doing the same stuff as you and you're surrounded by the same people. So it's kind of nice that you have these studio classes, because then you're with like other design majors or studio arts majors, and then you can see what they can do, and then you want to like better yourself. So as much as they're annoying, they're kind of helpful. Like, how dorms are, I lived in Lawrenson, and we had a corner room, so it was huge. Like, it was huge. I had a huge closet. I had a lot of space to myself. We had, basically, it was like a huge square, and then there was like the closets in the middle, so it was like just a round, and we had space to like be separate because of the closets, but then we also could be together, which was nice. A lot of the dorms, I think, are split, so like there's a wall in between, so you get your privacy. But honestly, if I got that, I feel like it'd be hard to like hang out with my roommate freshman year, because I wanted to like get to know her, obviously. And with the wall, like, you either have to sit both on one side or like leave the room. So I'm glad I didn't have that, but a lot of people like those because they get their own space. Coming to a close, like, something that I feel like you should also know is like, college doesn't have to be the best time of your life. If it is, great, and I'm glad. But if it's not, that's okay too. Like, you have so much more life than just these 4 years. Same thing with like, if you're in high school right now and you feel like, oh, I hate it or I love it, like, there's gonna be so many moments that come in your future that will be great or won't be, but like, it'll keep going. Like, you'll move on. I'm gonna do this eyeliner underneath my eye. If you guys watch this and have any more questions, let me know, because I love to talk about it. No one asked, but I just decided to do it today. So if people end up having questions, let me know. And then I'm gonna curl my eyelashes and do mascara. And then I'll be done. Actually, I'm gonna do setting spray really quick. I'm gonna use the Urban Decay All Nighter, because it'll be an all dayer. I'm gonna use the Tarte Lights Camera Splashes. I really like this one. I hate waterproof mascara, but I like the mascara formula, so. They have it in non-waterproof, but I don't have it. Maybe I'll go and get it, but the funds are low lately. I feel like once I graduate, I'm ready for the real world. Like, I genuinely do. And obviously not everyone is, but what I've learned and how I've grown as a person in college, like I've become so much more confident, comfortable with myself, comfortable with doing things alone. Like that's something that I feel like not a lot of people are, but coming to college, I'm now like so fine doing things alone, running errands alone, going like, okay, I'm not gonna go out alone, but like going to dinner, like, I don't know. I feel like some things like I used to think were so embarrassing, like nothing's embarrassing. No one cares about you that much unless they're weird to like judge you for things like that. And if people are judging, walk away. Not even worth the fight. So that I think is my makeup for today. I really like this. It's literally like my lip color, so it's really easy to like make your lips look yummy, which I'm obsessed with lip liner. Just like that. And then I'm gonna do some gloss. This is also from the drugstore. This is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. And I like this too. Alright, so that's my makeup. I'm gonna take out my roller. Cute. Okay, and then I'll show you guys my outfit and then we'll be done. And thank you guys so much for getting ready with me. I had so much fun talking about Syracuse, getting ready, and now I'm gonna go. Bye.